pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Good evening, Nick. We're glad to see you here tonight. The floor is yours, please.
You have to read it.
Oh, do I have to read that?
Should. Yeah.
Okay.
What's
stand
that?
Got so excited he was here.
I'm anxious to hear what you have to say.
Oh, yeah.
All right. This portion of the meeting is reserved for persons desiring an opportunity to address the board on any matter not on this agenda and over which it has jurisdiction. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes, and persons wishing to include their verbatim remarks in the official record shall submit the same in writing. Members of the audience are asked to avoid engaging in any behavior that disrupts the orderly conduct of the meeting. Speakers are asked to state their name and address for the record prior to making a presentation. Right? Okay. Actually, you are on the agenda tonight, correct? Did you want, but you submitted a public speaking.
On agenda item 6.
Okay, okay. My apologies. I'm a new guy around. Okay. My apologies. So we'll go ahead, and then when we get to that, the item 6.
No public comment?
There is no public comment. Okay. All right. Approval for the agenda of the last meeting.
No action.
do that.
You
Oh, that's right.
You
You
can
can't.
listen, you can even
That's
say
fine.
something, just can't take action.
Okay. Disregard. Okay. Minutes, same situation, accounts payable. Community Advisory Committee, we made the appointments last week, except for Evelyn's. Have you received any, excuse me, have we received anything from Evelyn on her 3 appointments?
No, we were planning to
Okay.
receive that this evening.
Okay, so that'll be passed to the next, can we get the announcements or the letters out to the other folks this week, even though we don't have the
Sure.
other 3?
Nothing prevents it that I'm aware of.
Okay, thank you.
Can I ask for clarification?
Yeah, the notice to the members who have been appointed already.
So you only want to send letters out to the 7 who have been appointed, not everyone?
Oh, good question.
There should be some official action before you send a letter appointing them.
Right, that's why I wanted to make sure.
We did that. We appointed 7
7,
last.
that's correct.
Those are the ones I'd like to get out of this week. I've contacted the 2 verbally.
No,
Any objection to that?
no, I don't object. I was gonna say we should do it all at once, but I don't think if we want to do it for the first 7, that's fine.
Those are the only ones that have been appointed.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to get those 7 out, please.
So you would like a letter to go out that just tells them they've been appointed, not telling them when the first meeting is? Because now we're looking
Correct.
at 2 weeks, another 2 weeks before we'll be able to schedule the meeting.
Yeah, I'd like them to get the notice that they've been appointed.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Item 6, Nick. Welcome.
Chair Hunter, Vice Chair Para, staff. Nick Fiddler, City of Bakersfield Public Works Director, 1501 Truxton Avenue. First of all, I just want to thank you for the continued partnership that the GET has provided and the improvements to the bus stop locations. Wanted to point out that the city was able to complete the entire list that was provided in the first round. We're recommending with GET staff that we pull that money that was originally reserved for the first round, whatever the savings, and move it into the second round, and we increased the list significantly to make sure that we had enough projects to utilize all the funds. I also wanted to thank the board for the staff it's been a great partnership, very successful, and I wish to keep it moving forward. And I think we have a great relationship that we've built, and we both see a common goal in serving the citizens and the customers of GET. So I really appreciate the opportunity and look forward to continuing.
Thank you, Nick. Some comments from our city rep?
Yeah, I just want to say that it's an honor to be the appointee from the city and know that the city is on top of what GET is, our partnership that we have, and it goes both ways. I get nothing but great feedback from GET staff that Nick, you, and the rest of the city staff are great to work with, and yeah, we need to encourage this partnership, and just want to say that, you know, the city's on their second round now, and the county is just getting started the last couple of weeks on what we had awarded them prior. So thanks again, Nick, for really getting on top of everything.
Thank you.
Okay, Karen, would you explain even though we're not taking action tonight, we'll have to wait till the next session. Could you explain just give us a background on the amount there?
Yes, Nick referenced it. The original agreement that we entered into last year had, I believe, 26 bus stops that were to be improved, and it had been estimated that it would take close to the full $500,000 to do that. Because of the efficiency of the city, they actually were able to do it for much less, and had $279,000 approximately remaining that was unspent. We carried that forward into this agreement. So with the $500,000 that the board approved in this year's budget, that makes the contract value $779,317.40. And the term of the contract is until June 2018. So, and the attachment A, which lists the bus stops, is a significantly longer list, and the city has said they will work down that list in the priority order that GET has established, and get as many of those accomplished as they can.
Okay. And it begins upon our approval, I guess.
That's correct.
Which will,
Actually, the agreement will be finalized with the city council as well. So.
oh, yes, okay, so once we approve?
Yeah, it's planned to go to the city's council meeting next week, the 12th. I guess the delay in the GET board's approval will then determine when the actual agreement can start.
Okay. Thanks, Nick. Thank you, Karen.
And I'm sorry, Nick, there's only one meeting of the city council this month, the 12th? So
Correct.
does that mean it will have to go to the next meeting in November?
We'll still plan to put it on the city's
okay.
board council meeting, and then it'll just be a
A matter of
finalized.
us.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay. Authorization to enter into the federal financial assistance with FDA. Is Steve, you want to? Thank you.
Can we do that?
You can listen to them, I mean, there's
I-
something
yeah.
good, but you just can't,
Yeah,
I could just go over the report
Yeah,
itself
I'm doing it.
briefly.
Yeah, this is, because we're broadcasting this, I thought it would be useful.
Will you have to do it again?
Yes.
You have to do it again
yes.
when,
It's by resolution,
okay.
so it's required of the Federal Transit Administration. This is, again, an update. We've had preceding resolutions before. Federal Transit, though, would like to see more up-to-date copy. I believe the last one we had filed was 2003. So at this point, one of the, as far as receiving federal financial assistance is concerned, there should be one designated person to sign on behalf of the district and authorize the submission of grants, as well as the approval of the acceptance of grants, and obligates the district. Therefore, requesting that the chief executive officer be assigned that responsibility, and We're looking for your approval. Unfortunately, I can't get it right now, so.
Thank you.
However, it's strictly a function of the Federal Transit Administration's guidance and requirements. We didn't have that person, we didn't have federal funding. So,
How often do you do this?
not often enough, I guess. We should have been doing this a while ago,
Okay,
so.
thank you. Any question? All right, moving on to high-speed rail update. Any information on that?
Yes, Stephen and I met with two gentlemen from the High Speed Rail Authority, Don Grebe and Steve Milton. Don is one of their right-of-way specialists, came down from Sacramento to meet with us. And Stephen Milton is a project delivery specialist, I think is his title, out of the Fresno office. And we reviewed the Federal Relocation and Assistance Act and what the high-speed rail process is for acquiring property such as ours. They were very cooperative. They are to be sending us a letter documenting what was discussed and what the process is that we will need to follow, as well as a calendar for when those things can take place. Really, nothing can take place until the High Speed Rail Authority Board accepts the supplemental EIR, and that's now scheduled to happen sometime after the first of the year. So we're still really in a holding pattern, but we have a little bit better idea of some of the costs they'll reimburse us for, and the time frame in which it will take to accomplish this, which is not quick.
Question? Thank you, Karen. Board comments? Anything, Cindy, tonight?
No, I don't have anything to
Okay.
do tonight.
I'll pass. We'll go. Kern call, or is that up
No,
next?
I think I've done we haven't had curtain calls
All
since
right.
then. I did want to talk about our employee picnic, I guess, at the fair. I rode the bus to the fair. There were 5 people that got off with me at the fair, and there were 2 people that got on when I left. And I had just missed the bus when I was leaving. I saw it going by as I was waiting at the light, and I thought, oh, I have to wait. I waited 14 minutes, it came. So it was,
Very good.
it was like a big city. Felt like I was in a big city, just going to the next.
Wow.
I scanned the little QR code and it said it was 17 minutes away, and then like 5 minutes later it said it was 7 minutes away or something again. And so yeah, I think it worked out really well. I'll be curious to see what our numbers are. And everybody that I talk to, all the employees I talk to, think it's a great it's a great thing that does for them to allow them to get to the fair. So yeah, everybody was having a good time, good food, and I learned that it had started, I guess, since Karen came on board, that we used to have a picnic at Jastrow or something, and everybody says that this is a lot better than that was. And so I thank Karen for that idea to really do that for the employees. I think everybody enjoys it, so thank you.
If I can just interject there, I'll let you know that there were 457 meal tickets that were collected. So at least 457 people attended and ate.
Great. And they got free tickets to the fair, admission to the fair
Right.
as well. That was well attended. And I ran into Emery and his wife, and they said they took the bus as well to the fair. And I think Kern Cog, they had their excellent booth up again this year, and you had
I
Gap.
haven't heard it called excellent. We had our booth there, yes.
No, I like, you have the computer set up for people to do surveys and this sort of thing. I think it's really good. And you had Get pamphlets and so forth distributing the routes and so forth to the public, so thank you for that.
And you can't beat your location, right next to the,
Oh,
to the
yeah.
cinnamon roll
Grab them
place.
right while they're in line waiting.
Well, I heard that was a rule that you set up, that it always had to be next to the cinnamon roll, cinnamon or whatever it's called, yeah, great. Okay, any other reports, Karen, on your part?
Yes, I
Okay,
have a
go so.
list here. In case you forgot, this is Ride Share Week, and we would encourage you to honor your pledge to ride share. Some of us have already accomplished that, and today was Transit Day specifically. So Kern Cog personnel were at the Transit Center working with people to encourage them to ride public transit more often. So we were down there with them doing that. As you know, on Friday, September 30th, the federal fiscal year ended without a budget adopted. However, Congress did pass a continuing resolution until December 9th, which is after the election. So we'll all be watching closely to see what happens when they come back in their lame duck session. It's important to us because we can't get our funds until there's a federal budget. On a similar note, the FTA was scurrying before the end of the federal fiscal year to approve grants, and they did approve our grant for 24 40-foot buses, replacement buses, and 5 paratransit vehicles, which will also be replacement. So we will be moving forward with procurements on both of those. October 14th, we will be joining with CAPK, BARC, Panera, and Self-Help Credit Union to do a food distribution at the vacant lot adjacent to the transit center. Get has taken the lead on this, and in addition to distributing 200 bags of food, which will include fresh produce, we have about a dozen vendors who will be there as a resource fair, so helping people get services and things that they need in addition to help with food. October 20th, we're having an employee and family open house, and you're invited to attend if you would like. It's between 11 and 4, and we will be providing tours of our facilities and access to a bus and the Halloween bus for employees and their families. We think it's important that employees get to see other parts of our operation besides the ones they work in, and that their families have an opportunity to see where their family member works. So we're doing that on October 20th. We had scheduled October 25th at 3 o'clock for the first Community Advisory Committee meeting. I think we should still be able to meet that. It'll be a short notice to the committee members, but I think we'll still be able to meet that. So if you want to put that on your calendar as well. October 26th, we'll be having a flu shot clinic for our employees. It's something we do every year to encourage our employees to get a flu shot. It's free to employees. We especially encourage bus operators who come in contact with the public to get flu shots. So that will be happening here in the boardroom, I believe.
Yes.
In the boardroom?
Yes.
Thank you, Jeannie. And then on an up note, our softball team had their first game last night and they won. Score of 10-9. So they were pretty high today.
Great.
That concludes my report.
Should I email Sharon to get their schedule, or who should I
The
email to get this?
softball team? Yeah, Sharon can get that to you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Karen. Another upbeat note is we received good news on Jim Baldwin, our director, Jim Baldwin's surgery went well, as I understand, and so we're pleased to hear that. We send him Godspeed on his recovery. Okay. Okay, I guess that's it for this evening.
You want to go into closed session?
We want to go into closed session, yes, sir. Let's do that. Thank you all for attending. Appreciate your participation.